What is going on, everybody? So I recently got a new microphone, and that is part of the reason for me making this video, because I did want to test it out. It's a Rode NT USB microphone. I'm not sure how it sounds. I mean, overall, I really like it. If you guys like it, let me know in the comments. If you don't like it that much, I'll find another solution. But anyway, that has nothing to do with this video. So what has happened very recently is that we've been getting a lot of news about how long the Nintendo Spotlight at E3 2017 is going to be. So when we first heard about how long it would be, all the sources were saying it's going to be about 30 minutes long. So relatively short for a Nintendo Spotlight presentation, but now we have gotten another article saying that the Spotlight is slated to be only 25 minutes long. I'm going to go ahead and just read this real quick. As of this article's writing, it has not even been half a day since we relayed to you the news that Nintendo's presentation for E3 2017 would be roughly 30 minutes long. However, there has been some new developments that seem to contradict this. An image provided below suggests that Nintendo's presentation will not be 30 but 25 minutes. We don't know why this is the case, but we do know that the presentation may only focus on Switch news, with 3DS announcements happening during on Treehouse Live. Whatever the case, don't expect a lengthy Nintendo E3 presentation for this year. So what does this mean? Well, from the feedback that we've seen from this, it looks like a lot of people are kind of freaking out. They're groaning, oh man, Nintendo's gonna have nothing to show this year. This is supposed to be their big year. The E3, the Nintendo Switch just came out. Where's all the big games? Why aren't they gonna announce them all? And I kind of wanted to make this because I don't think that everyone should be freaking out about this. I don't think this is doom and gloom, and in any way whatsoever. There's a few reasons for this. First and foremost, E3, yes, it is the biggest expo on the planet, but here's the thing. E3 seems to be getting less and less popular every year with the resurgence of, well, not the resurgence, but the surge of the internet just booming and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So E3 is slowly becoming less and less relevant, and that's even more so now that they've opened E3 to the public this year, which is crazy because it's kind of been a very just a media-focused kind of place, but now they're allowing some of the public to go into E3. So it's really interesting the way that E3 has kind of become less and less relevant, and we're seeing Nintendo, at least, not the other companies, but at least Nintendo, a few years ago, ever since I think 2012, so it's actually been quite a while now, they're completely done with the press conferences. They don't have the big rooms anymore. All they have now are the Nintendo Directs, which is fine, there's nothing wrong with that. And for E3, they have like the Nintendo presentation / they're calling it Nintendo Spotlight this year. And the fact that it's so short, I can see how that can make people a little bit worried. But also, we need to think about Microsoft, Sony press conference, just a typical press conference from there. So they're about an hour long, right? An hour seems like, you're gonna get a lot of information out of it. That's not always the case. If you really go back and you watch some of the older press conferences, even from Nintendo's end, there's so much filler in there. So if you were to narrow down just new content within each of these press conferences, they would be about probably 25-30 minutes in length, to be quite honest with you, because there's a lot of, oh, here's this CEO, and they're kind of talking about how special their game is, and all of that talking and then showing a trailer, that's about 3 to 4 minutes long, but with these little Nintendo spotlights, boom, you got a trailer, that's it, and they just move on. And we've been kind of seeing this throughout the past couple of directs. They're very, very quick in terms of releasing information. Like, especially, I forgot exactly which Nintendo Direct it was. It was a couple months ago, but there was we could see kind of like previews of everything coming up, and they just flew by everything. And I have a feeling that's exactly how this is gonna go. And honestly, I'm pretty excited about that. I'd rather not, just have to listen to a bunch of filler, for freaking whatever. I just want the new information, and that's all that matters to me. And another thing, just to be clear, this is supposed to only focus on Switch news, which means this is 25 minutes of Switch content, which could be up to 20 trailers for Switch stuff. And if it's all brand new, that's really good. That's a lot of stuff to be showing off. So they aren't even going to be talking about 3DS in this particular spotlight. I mean, as it says, they are going to have 3DS announcements during the Treehouse Live, but that is separate from this specific video. So really the main point that I'm trying to say is, even though it doesn't seem like a very long time, it's definitely not doom and gloom. I think all that's happening is Nintendo is changing. They've been changing for a long time in terms of their presence on E3, but honestly, I can see the other companies eventually just dropping the press conferences and, you know, just having booths at E3. Heck, E3 might not even be relevant in 10, 15 years, who knows? It's going to be really interesting to see what happens to E3 because there is going to be, I can definitely see a lot of changes happening to the place. I mean, I'm not going to say that it's like going to go away or something, but I can definitely see it being a much less relevant place to release information in the next 10 to 15 years, and those changes are already happening as we can see right now. And that's basically all I have for today. Yeah, that's basically all I wanted to talk about because I feel like people worry a little bit too much about Nintendo in terms of E3 and them, you know, not winning E3, so to speak, not having a lot of the great stuff coming out. Here's the thing though, they're gonna have Mario Odyssey there. That in itself, if that game is good, which I'm sure it will be a lot of fun, that could very well, you know, win E3. And last year Nintendo won E3 with one game, with Breath of the Wild, and now they have a brand new open world Mario game. It's gonna be playable there. That's insane. People, I'm sure people from the public will be able to play it. Of course, people from the media are gonna be able to play it. I have not been so excited. I mean, now I'm getting a little off topic, but like, I seriously have not been so excited to be able to play a Mario game. Oh, and speak of, I guess I should announce that I am going to E3. I may or may not have more to that story. Just stay tuned to this channel. There's going to be a lot of videos next week. They're not going to be, you know, streams of the Nintendo stuff because I am going to E3. And just what's going to be going down is going to be pretty insane. So I'm really, really excited to start bringing you that stuff next week. And that is basically all I have for you. So if you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. And that's, yeah, about it. Got 20 seconds. Yeah. No, I really hope you guys like the new mic. If not, I'll get a new one. But, no, dude, I got like this cool arm and stuff. It's so cool. Look at that. It's so sick, yo.